Welcome to Green Shoe Radio. I'm your host, Mark Bunting. Our guest today is Corwin Coe, CEO and Director of Sitka Gold Corp. It trades under the ticker symbol SIG on the Canadian Securities Exchange, on the OTCQB under SITKF, and Sitka trades in Frankfurt under 1RF. Corwin, good to see you, sir.
Thanks, Mark. Good to be here.
So Sitka Gold, for those who don't know, has 5 diverse projects, and we're going to focus primarily on RC Gold in Yukon, where the company discovered a massive new gold deposit target, and we'll focus on Alpha Gold in Nevada, a Carlin-type gold deposit target in the heart of what's called Elephant Country. So to start off, can you give us a brief overview of both projects?
For sure. RC Gold, obviously that's our big excitement right now. We've just announced drill hole results from hole 21 that intersected 220 meters of 1.17 grams per ton gold from the surface. So that made us pretty happy. Now, a little overview on the RC Gold property. It's a newly road accessible, district scale, 376 square kilometer property. It's located in the heart of the Tombstone Gold Belt, midway between Victoria Gold's New Eagle Mine and the Burrell Creek Gold Mine. These are both intrusion-related gold deposits. So this area is very fertile for the discovery of additional intrusion-related gold deposits, and that's why we're focused in there. And we've identified several targets within the property. The area also is surrounded by placer gold mines that are very active and have been for years. So that's a good indication, too, that you're in the right area. We currently are focused on a large mineralized gold system that you mentioned there that was identified last year by a greater than 500 ppb gold and soil anomaly that runs approximately 2 kilometers in length and it's about a half a kilometer wide. And it includes a couple of granitic intrusions that outcrop in the area. So last year we put 4 drill holes into this newly prospective gold and soil anomaly, and we had excellent results and followed up this year with another 15 drill holes. But this drill hole that we just announced is by far the best result to date, and it's in an area of the anomaly where we had not previously drilled. So we're very excited about continuing to follow up, step out drilling from this drill hole and see how big this is. It's also the first drill hole that we intersected what we believe is a structural control for the gold mineralization. It's called the Blackjack Fault. So we still have 5 drill holes pending from this year's drilling at the RC Gold property in the Yukon. So that's exciting times for Sitka. On to Alpha Gold. Well, Alpha Gold's been very promising for us too this year. We have completed 2 drill programs and taken the property from a geological conceptual model of potentially hosting a Carlin-type deposit along the projection of the Cortez trend, which, as you know, hosts over 50 million ounces of gold to date. And we verified by intersecting over 1 gram per ton gold with elevated pathfinder minerals that we are indeed in a very large Carlin-type gold system in the right stratigraphy. So currently we're just completing staking additional claims that encompass our new understanding and doubled our land position and are now in the middle of applying for drill permits to further follow up on that exploration. So both those properties have been on the front burner here for this year.
Right. So going back to RC Gold, Corwin, the market reacted positively. The stock moved nicely on those recent drilling results you mentioned. You described them as very impressive, exceeding expectations, and you've been saying how excited you are just now. Can you flesh out the details more, especially as it relates to what you may think could be a multi-million ounce economical property there?
Well, I think the main thing here is that this is a new discovery that underscores that what we've been exploring for the second year and gives credence to the fact that this is indeed a large intrusion-related gold system that's underlying this gold anomaly. And it's exhibiting gold grades that are potentially economic, especially when you consider that the grades in this drill hole are almost twice the grades of our neighbor, Victoria Gold, which is the newest operating gold mine in the Yukon. And this hole is from surface with very little stripping indicated for the topography for a pit. So that's really important.
And just continuing with Victoria Gold and neighbors, gold companies and miners in general, you love to have neighbors that have been there, done that, and are producing. So how does that play into your story, the significance of that?
Oh, this is very important, Mark. First, having a producing mine like Victoria Gold endorses that the local communities are mining friendly. Secondly, that you can operate a year-round mine in the Yukon, notwithstanding the elements of the seasons, and make money at a very conservative grade of well under a gram of gold per ton. So that's significant for sure. But there's also, thirdly, that there is a skilled local labor that will support a mine. And fourthly, for us, the infrastructure being road accessible, and there is a government hydroelectric transmission power line right at the turnoff about 30 kilometers away, which would be available for a mine. So it's important positive infrastructure to support a mine at RC Gold.
Back to Alpha Gold, Corwin, you touched on those drilling results you described as extremely encouraging. What are the next steps with Alpha Gold?
Well, Alpha Gold has come a long way from a conceptual moonshot model to a confirmed large-scale Carlin-type deposit model with gold at shallow depths in the right stratigraphy and with the right elevated pathfinder elements. So next steps right now is once we get our permitting in place is to move a drill back and get the drill turning again.
Let's move along to Burrell Creek in Arizona, where you've got some historical data. It's always interesting to see how companies utilize historical data and then overlay modern technology. So how is the Sitka team using modern techniques to advance on that data at Burrell Creek?
Yeah, well, Burrell Creek is our flagship property. It has a historical resource of over 5 million ounces of silver and 120,000 ounces of gold. This property was scheduled to go into production and had all the necessary permits in the early 1980s, but the gold price collapsed and the company put it on the shelf. So the latest work done there was a mobile metal ion geochemical soil sampling survey. And this mobile metal ion survey showed a gold-silver anomaly buried under the younger rocks that extend to the south from the Norn deposit. So we went in there and we test drilled this last year, put 10 holes in and confirmed that this was indeed an extension of the mineralized, main mineralized zone containing this deposit. Where we're at right now is we've gone off of our patented claims onto BLM ground and we're waiting for our permits to continue drilling that trace of that anomaly, which is about another kilometer that we have to drill there. Once that's done, we'll put out a new compliant 43101 resource report together. That's the plan.
All right. And the other properties, Sitka expanded its land position in the Tombstone Gold Belt that you were touching on in the Yukon. You acquired the OGI property last year. Can you update us on that and then on the Coppermine River project in Nunavut?
Sure. We just completed a gravity geophysics survey over the target area at the OGI property that has a surface zinc silver anomaly with up to an ounce in silver in the soils. And it's a 200 meter by 800 meter anomaly in a geological environment that's known to host these massive sedic style deposits. So we're waiting for the interpretation of that gravity survey at this time, and we'll follow up with whatever that shows. The Coppermine River property, it's a very interesting property. It's a 50,000 hectare property, 30 kilometers from Tidewater. It's owned 100% by Sitka Gold through its wholly owned subsidiary, Arctic Copper Corporation. We discovered a surface showing of sedimentary hosted copper running around 13.5% copper, a couple ounces of silver there a few years ago. This is just rocks that were being spit up from the thawing of the permafrost there. And freezing and thawing repeatedly has brought that to the surface is our take. So we went and did 2 gravity surveys over this area over the last couple of years and identified a large gravity anomaly just right below where these rocks on the surface are. So we think that this is this anomaly that we're looking at, this gravity anomaly, is probably a sedimentary hosted copper deposit. And we're in the process of applying for a drill permit to test this.
Shifting gears now, Corwin, to financing. Sitka raised more than $6 million this year to fund its operations. You say you're fully funded through the end of the year, which is almost over. What's the plan for 22 in terms of financing?
Well, we're going to follow up on our recent drill results in the Yukon as soon as we can, especially around hole 21. Plans are in the works for this to happen as soon as possible. But we're also positioned and financed to move quickly to start drilling at both Alpha Gold in Nevada and Burrell Creek in Arizona, subject to receiving our drill permits.
All right. So in terms of investors who are looking at the precious metals landscape, they're looking at your company, Sitka Gold Corp. What can they expect in terms of catalyst and news flow heading into next year and throughout the next year, specifically with drilling results? We're going to see a steady stream?
Oh, absolutely. We intend to start drilling up in the Yukon as soon as possible after seeing these results, but also in Alpha and Arizona. We are really aggressive explorationists, Mark. That's evident in the fact that last year we had 4 drill programs that we completed, and this year we've completed 3 drill programs. So we get the bit turning as much as we can and get the news out when we can.
All right, lots to look forward to. And like a lot of CEOs, Corwin, you think your share price is undervalued. Give us the investment case, and you have been throughout this conversation, but why do you think Sitka Gold's share price should be higher compared to peers?
Well, there's several reasons, but the main thing I think is that Sitka Gold is a fairly new company. It's not got the story out there yet. Not many people know that we have a diverse portfolio of quality assets that covers silver and gold and copper. But I think that that's going to change rapidly, especially in light of the impressive asset results we just released this week. So I expect that gap to close fairly quickly as the word gets out, Mark.
All right, we covered a lot of ground, lots to look forward to. Good luck with everything in 2022, Corwin. Thanks for your time today.
Thanks, Mark.
All right, good stuff. You've been listening to Green Shoe Radio. Our guest has been Corwin Coe, CEO and Director at Sitka Gold Corp, which trades under the ticker symbol SIG on the Canadian Securities Exchange. It trades on the OTCQB under SITKF and Frankfurt under 1RF. I'm Mark Bunting. Thanks a lot for listening, and we'll talk to you next time.